OSI stands for Open System Interconnection, which makes a copy from all the information that the computer uses and save them to make sure about the processing. Open System Interconnection works in 7 protocols, begin with the application layer to the end, which is the physical layer when transmitting information, or the other way around, begins with physical layer ending with application layer when receiving information. It was established in 1984 by the International Standard Organization, ISO, or some of them they call it ISO. The 7 layers are from the first one, physical, data link, network, transport, session, presentation, then application. The first layer is the physical layer, and it is the lowest layer of the model. It will start with this layer if you receive data from the internet, but will be the last layer if you are transmitting data to the internet. The physical layer defines electrical and physical specification for devices. In particular, it defines the relationship between a device and a transmission medium, such as a copper or fiber optical cable. One of the physical layer functions, establishment and termination of the connection. The data link layer provides the functional and procedural means to transfer data between network entities and to detect and possibly correct errors that may occur in the physical layer. One of the functions of data link layer is error control. The network layer provides the functional and procedural means of transferring variable length data sequence from a host on one network to destination host on a different network. The network layer performs network routing functions and might also perform fragmentation and reassembly and report delivery errors, sending data throughout the extended network and making the internet possible. The transport layer provides transparent transfer of data between end users, providing reliable data transfer services to the upper layers. The transport layer controls the reliability of given link through flow control, segmentation or desegmentation, and error control. Some protocols are state and connection oriented. This means that the transport layer can keep track of the segment and retransmit those that failed. The transport layer also provides the acknowledgement of the successful data transmission and sends the next data if no errors occurred. The session layer controls the connection between computers. It establishes, manages, and terminates the connection between the local and remote application. It provides full duplex like a telephone where you have two lines. The first end of the telephone will send and receive information at the same time, or half duplex like a walkie-talkie where you cannot send any information before receiving the full information from the other side. The OSI model made this layer responsible for graceful close of session and session checkpointing and recovery. The session layer is commonly implemented explicitly in application environments that use remote procedure calls. The presentation layer establishes context between application layer entities in which the higher layer entities may use different syntax and semantics if the presentation service provides a mapping between them. If a mapping is available, presentation service data units are encapsulated into session protocol data units and passed down the stack. This layer provides independence from data representation by translating between application and network formats. The presentation layer transforms data into the form that the application accepts. This layer formats and encrypts data to be sent across a network. It is sometimes called the syntax layer. The application layer is the OSI layer closest to the end user, which means that both the OSI application layer and the end user interact directly with the software application. This layer interacts with the software applications that implement a communicating component. Such application programs fall outside the scope of the OSI model. Application layer functions typically include identifying communication partners, determining resource availability, and centralizing communication.